Oh boy. Take on me. I'll be gone. Take on me. That's a 90s or 80s song. That defined the 80s. 1985. Take on me. #1 hit, but you know it's funny. These singers, they get these #1 hits, and they're one shot wonders or something like that. They only have one hit wonders. One hit wonders. They only get one hit, and that's what they're defined by. Slot Car Tuesday. Now, Slot Car Tuesday. There you go. And, well, I had an incident yesterday. I will explain to you my little incident yesterday. So I will explain to you what happened yesterday. We had an incident in Lane. I'm on city council, and we're constantly getting complaints about all these e-bikes, all these little tiny gas-powered motorcycles, the little tiny things, you know, that they're you know.
Get off my lawn.
And so we had so I was ready I had to go out of town. Okay, and I'm always telling the kids in town. Here's what I tell the kids whenever I stop them. I'm always stopping them because I see them doing things that are going to get them killed. And I'm always saying, listen, abide the rules, stop at all stop signs, do not drive on the state route, not the interstate, but the state highway, because there's a state road that comes 281, and it comes right through Wayne, and then it goes out of town. It's all yellow lines. That's when you know it's a state route, okay? And I said, stay off the state route. Try to stay off that road as much as possible. Drive on South Street all you want. Stop at the stop signs, you'll be fine. They constantly... So anyways, this one kid, I tried to stop him. Well, he freaked out. Now, they all know me, okay? It's not like they don't know who I am, all right? And... what do they want? So, I headed out. So I stopped the one kid that has this 4-wheel drive dune buggy, gas powered. Well, for one, you're not allowed to drive it on the road, #1, which I haven't made a comment about but the kid's been, you know, driving all over town like he can just drive all over town, and he can't. Well, the mom comes over. So I left. I had to go get Frank's bike, my brand new Guardian bike. Okay, here's another thing. So let me do a sub story. So Frank, I get a call from Daniel saying, hey, Frank's bike is down here and it's broken. And I go, what? His brand new bike is broken? No, that's a mistake. That's not true. Well, so I find out that Frank's chain broke. His bike is down by Daniel's. He never said anything about it. Never said that his bike was broke. So I said, Daniel, Frank, why didn't you tell me that your bike was broken? Okay. So this was on Friday. So I sent an email to Guardian. They said, take it to your local bike shop, get an invoice, and because you have a 1-year warranty, and send us the bill, and we'll pay for it. We'll pay it. And so I this morning, about 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock actually, I go and I take the bicycle to Cycle Works, which I've been buying bikes there forever. And the guy said, yep, I can fix this. So they fixed the chain, got it. The chain was broken. He literally snapped the chain. I don't know how Frankie did that, but for the love of Mike, I don't understand how you break a indestructible bike. I for the life of me, I don't understand it. And so then I come back, I park the vehicle, and automatically the mother comes up. Now, and so I'm going to play this whole thing out. So I go in the shed. I'm going to show you. I'm going to explain exactly what happens. Let's see. Frankie didn't tell you his bike was broken because you would get mad. I tell you, Arbuckle sure knows me. That's what's happened in my entire life. Nobody ever tells me anything because they think I'm going to get mad, which, you know, I don't know what to do. So anyway, all right, so that's that side story. So anyway, so I'm driving back from Cycle Works, and I'm saying to myself, now, Bryan, be calm, please just be calm. If this mother, and the mother was exactly the way I thought it was going to be. So I get back, I sit in the shed, and I said, come on in, I would like to. She said, no, I want to talk out here. I said, oh, okay, well, this is not going to go like I thought. And so I started saying, she said, no, you shut up, you listen to me. I said, okay, none that this is not going to go well. Number one, you don't tell me to shut up. And so I let her talk, and then I started to talk. I said, can I talk now? Yes, go ahead. And then she immediately interrupted me and said, let me talk. I said, well, I thought you said it was okay for me to talk. Okay. I said, can we do this outside of the kids? Because she had all the kids in her van. And I said, can we do this, outside the van, outside the, no, I want to do this right here. I said, okay, all right. Well, that didn't go well. Okay. First of all, the cleaning ladies that clean our house, she almost ran into one of the kids. So she called the sheriff too. And I called the sheriff on my way back. Well, anyways, we had the sheriff come by, and they basically verified what I said, that now they can't drive that 4x4 anywhere in town now. They screwed it. And I told them, I said, listen, if you just follow the rules, you're not going to create a way. But if you get the sheriff in town, that's going to change everything. Well, guess what? Number one rule, never argue with a woman. Oh, listen, you know what? And that's what happened to me in the Navy. I argued with a woman. That's why I could not be in the Navy with women, period. I would get out. If I was on submarines and all of a sudden they put women on board submarine, I would say, excuse me, I want to get out of the Navy. Why? Because I'm not going to serve with women. Are you a sexist? Are you a homophobe? Are you homophobic? No, I just can't deal with women. I'm just not going to. This is a man's army or a man's Navy, and I'm not going to have a women right now. I already had a bad experience with one female officer, and I'm not going to do it again. Okay, so the police officer comes in. I tell him the whole story. I tell him, listen, there's these little tiny scooters. He says, well, let me check into this. So I guess he went outside and he got on the, he checked all the laws and then he come in and he goes, you're right. He goes, these electric scooters are okay. I mean, anything electric is all right. It's like a bicycle. Okay. So all the electric scooters, they can't do anything about. They're just, they are what they are. You have to stop like any rules of bicycling. You have to stop at stop signs. Well, these kids have not been stopping at the stop signs. And especially on the state route, if you get smacked, oh my goodness. So I told the woman, I said, listen, I don't want your kid to be. Now, I will admit, I probably shouldn't have traveled or followed the kid as long, but he just wouldn't listen. He just kept going through light stops. It's like, can you imagine seeing women trying to turn wrenches on a leak on a submarine? All the men would start thinking with the wrong head. Oh, listen, the last ship that I was on, which was the Waterford, and I'm not knocking women. If women want to be in the Navy, they want to be in clerical, if they want to be nurses, I don't have a problem with that. Okay, I'm sorry. This is the way I feel. But putting them on board with guys, I'm sorry, it's just wrong. And I was on the Waterford, and the Waterford was my last ship that I was on, and it was nothing but females. And it was females that had gotten pregnant and that were being discharged from the Navy. That's all there is to it. I'm just telling you that's the way it was. They were always getting pregnant, okay? And even the Waterford was a brothel, to be honest with you. They were having more, I'm not going to go into it, but it was a brothel. The Waterford was a brothel, okay? And nobody wanted to admit it, but it was. Anyway, so that was my ordeal with the kids. And so now they can't drive that. He can't drive his 4x4. He can't drive the electric or the 50cc two-cycle engines unless you do it out in the out in a field or something. They ruin it for themselves, okay? Plus, I didn't want any kids get injured, okay? I didn't want to get injured. So that's what I had to do. That's what I had to do. Display Mac Henry. So that's that was the incident that we had yesterday. Okay, that was the we call it the police incident. Okay, and I'm glad the clean ladies were there because they almost ran over. She's got a very high van. And this kid was in his little scooter. She couldn't even see him. She almost ran into him. Almost ran into him. And the woman is yelling at me because I'm trying to save her child. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Okay? And I give up sometimes. Where the seamen getting them pregnant. It's a love boat. It was a love boat. The USS Waterford was a love boat. Okay. I'm not even going to go into details on some of the things that were. That was my last official ship. Was the Waterford, and what do you do? You know, what do you do? You know? Now, Dave Boley. Now, why does that guy sound familiar? Dave Boley. Oh, I know who he is. Wow, he died. Okay, so here's the thing. Now they're finding out why. Now they're. I'm really sorry about this. I got this totally confused. I don't know what I'm doing. So, Lindsey Graham. Now they're finding out what happened with Lindsey Graham. And you know what? It's exactly what you guys have been saying, you know, that, number one, Lindsey Graham, no worries. You guys have been saying all this about, you know, this. Well, now they're finding out. I wonder why the locals didn't visit your stores. I wonder why the locals don't visit your. Oh, they visit my store all the time. It's certain people don't. I can't please everybody. Anyway, so now they're finding out about Lindsey Graham. His dad died the same age that he did. Heart problems. His family has got heart problems. So Lindsey Graham, now you would think that Lindsey Graham, if he had heart problems, or if his dad, this is what I don't understand. If his dad had died of heart failure, that you would think Lindsey would say, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to constantly have my heart checked. I'm going to constantly have my veins checked. And I want all this checked, okay? Especially when I'm getting into my 70s, okay? I'm going to constantly have that checked. And he didn't. I just, for the life of me, I don't understand it. Now, there is no heart, what do you call it? Heart problems in my family, okay? None of that. I have no artery problems in my family. There's no cancer in my family. There's no heart problems. There's no plaque problems. Well, my mom did. So you know, there's nothing that in my family. Okay. Now, my wife. Okay, I am going to have a complete physical. I'm gonna go to the doctor and I'm gonna have a complete physical. I'd like him to do another blood thing where the dye goes through I want him to check my entire body and see exactly, because I want to shut you guys up for good. Okay, I don't want you to talk to me about this ever again. Okay, so you know, you got Lindsey Graham, you know, he died, his artery burst. I mean, I don't see, this is what I find so funny, or not funny. It's just so ironic. You know, here is a guy, he just flew back from Ukraine. Okay. So he's got all these different temperature or altitudes. He goes from 33,000 feet, comes back to America, you know, and if you think that doesn't have an effect on your body, you know, and then on Friday, he's talking to Trump on Friday, and then he dies Saturday morning. Doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense at all. Anyways, I wanted to so there's a gentleman, I don't want to tell his name. There's a gentleman that watches the live stream for a very long time, okay? And he's got Parkinson's disease. He has no money, okay, because he lives on Social Security and he doesn't have anything, okay? But he watches the live stream all the time, okay? He calls us all the time because he wants to place this slot car order. Well, I found out he doesn't really need the sets that he's buying. But we're going to put together a slot car package for him. and I'm going to send him a tray of cars, kind of like similar like this. And I'm going to go over all these cars because I want to. I sometimes I don't explain to you what all the different slot cars are. So I'm going to send him this tray of slot cars, absolutely free. Okay, and it's just something for him to play with. I talked to his son. I said, you know, do you want me to come up there and set up a track for him? And I guess they don't want me to come up there. They're probably very modest, and they don't want to feel like they're begging, you know. So, but we're going to be doing that for Protinkertoys.com. We're going to send him we're going to send him this tray of cars. I'm sending him all these cars right here. Okay, an assortment of everything that I want to talk about today. So, you know, a lot of times I don't really know what I want to talk about, and then sometimes all of a sudden, you know, things will click, and I'll say, hey, you know, I want to talk about this morning. And then, so this morning I was sitting in my recliner downstairs in the shed, just kind of, I get up around 7:30. No, I get up about 7. I get a shower. I get myself all ready. I have my breakfast. Now this morning I didn't want eggs or bacon. I just wanted, I had about a cup, 1 full cup of Cheerios with a little bit of milk, and then 2 slices of whole wheat toast and a glass of water. And that's all I wanted this morning. I wasn't very hungry. And so I sat down and I just started kind of meditating, thinking what I wanted to talk about today. And I was watching videos. I watched an interesting video about Cobalt, how Cobalt got started. And then it was just one of those more. And then so I did start to think, okay, what do I want to, what does the show want to be today? And I thought what I was going to do is just kind of go over, so that I don't have to open up packages, kind of go over the different style cars that are out there, and why people like to buy the different cars. The first one I'm going to talk about or show you is basically a Thunderjet chassis. Now this is the Thunderjet chassis is what really got it started for the HO. Now 132nd had your Eldon, your Scale Electric, all those chassis have been in business for a long time. We're doing different slot cars, but the Thunderjet was really, they tried the vibrators, but the vibrators were AC, and they just weren't very popular, the AC vibrators. And then so they went from vibrators to Thunderjets, which is the pancake motor. Okay, and that is what makes people like the pancake motor. And the reason they like it is because they feel that they have an involvement in the car, okay? That they can affect the modification and the speed of their car by tweaking certain aspects of their Thunderjet chassis. Because it's a pancake motor. That's called a pancake motor. It's basically layered. You have your motor, you have your armature right here, and it's a complete little motor, okay, that has all the components in it. And that's what they call a pancake motor. And that's why it's very popular, okay? And that's why you have companies like Jag Hobbies. You have this company right here, TFX. We really haven't done well with TFX because we just haven't promoted them enough. This is a TFX chassis with copper on it. I tried to get these in bulk, but we're going to do our own. And so that is basically a pancake motor, okay? And so you'll see, now the pancake motor, this has a magnet on it. The original Thunderjets does not have magnets, and that's why a lot of guys take the magnets out and they just want to drive, they want to drive their car like an original Thunderjet. And that's what they do with the original. Let's see. Everybody is, oh my gosh. Anthony Bateman has to say hi to everybody. Oh my gosh. So that is a pancake motor. That's one of the first cars that started this whole industry. Okay. This is basically a Tasmanian Devil. This is a Studebaker with the Thunderjet. And so those are Thunderjet Ultra G. Okay, that means that they have the Ultra G, the ultimate drag down, okay, which gives you traction. Okay, and that's called a Thunderjet. And that's one of their Auto World's most popular chassis is their Thunderjet, okay? Now, for some reason, they decided to go with this AMP chassis, which that was 2 years ago. It's been 2 years ago. I can't believe it. And it's just not, it's not there. It's not, I think it's dead, honestly. I don't think it's ever going to go anywhere. Nobody likes it. And, you know, they were supposed to come out with parts almost a year and a half ago. I still don't have parts. Now, the next chassis of the Auto World line is probably their most popular chassis for the 70s. It's what took over everything, which is their Magnet Traction Ultra G. Again, it has the magnet in the bottom. You see the magnet right there? Okay. Now, the extraction is that the magnet is showing, and the magnet gives some type of traction to the track, okay? And that's why, again, this is a pancake motor, okay? And this is another popular chassis from the Auto World line, is the Magnet Traction Ultra G. Now, the Magnet Traction was you had the non-mag, and then you had the Magnet Traction from Aurora. They just kept evolving the car so that it would go faster and faster. But this is probably the most popular modern chassis that they made was the pancake extra Magnet Traction and the non-mag. And then they went into Ultra G or G Plus, and then Ultra G, and then they had Ultra or Super G Plus, and then now you have Mega G Plus from Race Master. Everybody wants to go faster and faster and faster. Okay, so this is a Mega G Plus. These are the Mega G parts. Okay, to a Mega G car. Now the next chassis that come out of Auto World was their 4-gear. Now their 4-gear was basically a little longer than an extraction chassis, and I'll show you right here. So you have basically two styles of chassis. You see that? You see how one is longer than the other, which allows them to make larger bodies, also longer bodies. Like, for example, like this Batmobile, okay? So you can put a Batmobile on this 4-gear chassis, but you could not put it on an extraction chassis. There's no room to put that chassis onto this body, okay? And so they came out with the 4-gear. They did a lot, like Aurora did a lot of dragsters. A lot of the dragsters had 4-gear chassis. Then they had all these weird cars, like a lot of they came out with a lot of buses or a lot of vans that were 4-gear, they had Rolls Royces. They had a lot of cars that had the 4-gear chassis on them, okay? I always thought that the 4-gear, you could then enlarge your chassis and come out with more bodies that were larger. Same thing with extraction. You know, there's a lot of Thunderjet chassis. Like, for example, they have not done a VW Beetle for extraction. Okay. Now you could move the tire in, and you could do a Super Beetle. That's what I would make. I'd make a Super Beetle for extraction, because they have they do have the Super Beetle. It's called the Baja. And you could just make this into a regular Beetle, and right here it is. You already have it. You already have it. All you have to do is just tool this, and make it look like a real Beetle, and now you have a 4-gear or an extraction chassis. There are so many different bodies that could be made for 4-gear and for extraction that were just made for Thunderjet. Okay, a prime example. This is another example. Like, for example, this one right here. This is the Studebaker. This body could be made for an extraction chassis. It's like, okay, why redo an entire tool when you could just remake how much would it be just to remake your Studebaker to work on an extraction? It isn't. And then you move into the new AFX chassis, which are the Mega G Plus, which have the inline motor. Okay, some people like this, some people don't. That's the inline motor. You really can't do much to this other than tweak the magnets and the gear. But the motor is what it is, a motor. And you really can't change the speed of the motor. All you can do is change the effect of the body and how that's going to handle going around the track. And that's an AFX chassis, and that's a Mega G Plus. They had the Mega G. They initially started from after Aurora went out of business. Tomy came up with their own chassis, which was the Turbo. Then you had the Turbo G Plus, and those were the standard motors in all the Tomy cars all through the 80s, 90s, and until about 2005, and then Steve came up with the new Mega G Plus chassis with the inline motor, which I think he was always telling me that, well, you're not allowed to make that motor, which I say horse crap. It's a hobby. What do you want? What do you want?
Me?
No. Yes, you. And then you have Tyco, which has the narrow body and the wide body. And the wide body is basically it has a pan. It's called a pan chassis. Okay. The body is flatter. Okay. And it's wider to put a different chassis on it. Matter of fact, that's what these cars are for. This was that's a wide body, and that's a Tyco chassis. And this is one of the cars that we sell. We've got the head, we've got the windshield, and we offer these to consumers. These are the...
How do you have all these popular airsoft ones?
As we do. So, and this is a Camel cigarettes. Can you believe that it came out with a Camel slot car in the 80s? That's where we were back then. Nobody cared. They shouldn't really care. And so this is the narrow body chassis of a Tyco. The only problem with this car is I don't have the wing. That's the only problem on this car. I don't have the wing. And then these are generic bodies. We got these from Bob Beers. These are his 57 Bel Airs, but he doesn't call them Bel Airs. He doesn't even have Chevy on them. You just know that's a 57 Bel Air. You got no licensing on that, and that's mounted on a Ultra G chassis. Yeah, I just talked to them. They're getting it to me right now. Ethan, can you make sure that Craig gets what he needs? Thank you.
Where's Daniel? Where's Daniel?
I have no idea. Probably went down to the warehouse. Please get the information to Craig. Please get the documents. Please try to get the documents to Craig. You have his email. Thanks, Bryan. What are you doing?
Waiting for Daniel. We're waiting for someone to give me orders.
Sorry, I had to do some things here. So those are the chassis, the different bodies, the different chassis. Then in the late, in the late Aurora days, they came out with a Super 2s, okay? And which was a kind of a pancake. It was a build your own chassis. You could build your own chassis. And so Auto World then redid this with a Super 2 chassis, and they Yes. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Well, technically not, but if you want to buy something, yes.
Yeah.
But you can look around if you want. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're in here to buy stuff.
You are? Okay. Okay, so this is a Super 2 chassis, okay? And they redid this about a year ago, the Super 2. All the new stuff is on those 2 wire racks right there. All the new stuff right in front of you. Now, all that's new. And that's a Super 2 chassis. It's similar to the G Plus chassis that came out from Aurora. And actually, this is the Super 3 chassis. Yeah, the Super 3, because it used to be called the Super 2 during the Aurora days, and now it's called Super 3. And this was their, yeah.
What are those?
They're shotguns.
What happened to like last time I came here, I saw like an AK toy right there.
Yes,
What happened to it?
they're all out in the sea container. How much? They're expensive. They're $30-40.
$34.
Do your parents know you're here to buy a toy gun?
Well, I told my mom that I'm going to Tinkertoys.
Okay. I just would appreciate if you at least if you before you buy it, you let them know, hey, I'm going to get a toy cap gun, okay? Just so that I don't get yelled at. Hey, David. David.
Yeah.
Show these guys to Sea Container 1 so they can see the guns out there.
Okay.
Okay, so you have the super. So you have okay. So in a nutshell, you have Thunderjet, you have Extraction, you have 4 Gear, you have Super 3, then you have AFX, which is the Mega G Plus, okay, and then you have Tyco narrow body, Tyco 440, 440 X2. And then they came out with 440 X3 in the last days of Tyco days. Mattel, I mean, the Mattel days. Because Mattel was bankrupting the whole line by the end of 1999. They had just decided to cancel the whole line. So they basically destroyed a slot car company. Morning, Captain. And to all you woes, cool Luke, okay. Like the G Plus cars, I do like the G Plus cars. Those were my favorite Aurora cars, the G Plus, and even their Super 3s were popular cars. You know what it's about? It's all about preference, okay?
There you go.
It's some people like something, some people don't, you know? And you really can't you can't really force somebody to like a certain product. You know, I always say this, what do you like? Do you like Coke or Pepsi? Are you a Coke or Pepsi person? You're going to be that person. Do you like Crest or Colgate? Are you a Crest or Colgate? Are you a McDonald's or Wendy's place? Are you a McDonald's or Burger King? Okay. Everybody has their choice. Do you like Ford or Chevy? Okay. Everybody has their preferences. Okay. And everybody should know their preference, whether they like it or not. You know what I'm saying? You guys see everything?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So, 151 over 100. Still high blood pressure and everything. So, you know, everybody likes a certain car. Everybody likes a certain body, okay? And that's will be the every time I go down this aisle, I knock cars over. I don't understand it. I really don't. Like the Hellcat. That's a beautiful looking car, the Hellcat. We got the Loves Super 3 Loves set with the Super 3s in it. These are the Loves cars. We've got the Super 3 or the G Plus. See, now this is what's really cool. See, this is a Super 3 Mustang, okay? And this is a 1974 Boss Mustang. It's similar to this Mustang here. This is a Super 3. And this is the fenders, Super 3 fenders. Boss Mustang. Super 3. So they had to create a whole new body just for this chassis, okay? And that is the Motorhead Mustang. And then you have the Chevy, which is a 2015 stock car. Yeah, yes, you need to send me the address. I'm going to leave about 1 o'clock. So I need to know where to go. Then you got the VW Beetle. I still think that they need to do a VW Beetle for extraction, okay? They already have the Baja Bug. You take the same mold and you just modify it to look like a VW Beetle. It's very simple. You take off all this other stuff. You basically move down the fenders, put the headlights on, and now you have a... Now, this isn't a Super 3 body. The Super 3, or the Super Beetle had a curved windshield. I had one. That was my last car that I sold. My last Beetle I sold was a blue Super Beetle, and I sold it for my Ford Escort. I can't believe I did that, but I did. That thing lasted. My brother-in-law blew the engine after 70,000 miles. Blew the engine, didn't change the oil. I bought that brand new in 1980. 1980. I bought a 1980 Ford Escort. I bought it in Groton, Connecticut. 1980 Ford Escort. I paid $9,000 for it. I got $1,500 for my VW Beetle. What a mistake that was. And 1980, my interest was 18%. 18, and then in 1985, just 4 years later, I bought my 1985 and a half Escort. It was a wagon, and my interest rate was like 4 or 6 or 8%. That's how much the interest rates had dropped, because Ronald Reagan was elected in 1980, and the economy was still kind of messed up with 18% interest rates. And by 1985, I got my new Ford Escort for 9 or 6%, I think. Nine or so. Well, I only know is half of what my interest rate was for the Ford Escort. And that's the car that I drove around the United States. How about AFX cars? Well, that's what I showed you. So the AFX car, you only have one chassis of AFX. And that is the Mega G Plus. And that is this chassis right here, the Mega G Plus. I already showed this. So this is a Mega G Plus chassis. It's got an inline motor to it. See that? That's an inline motor. Now, what I mean by inline motor is the motor is already finished. It's just there's nothing to it. You know, it's just a motor. You're just racing the car. And that is an inline motor. And that's called an AFX car. There's really only, well, there's two. There's the Mega G and then Mega G Plus chassis, but most of the cars nowadays, and you have long and narrow bodies on these, so that you can change them on the different cars. Depends on what type of car you want. The only problem with AFX is that their cars are getting too wide for the track. And a lot of people are complaining that the bodies are getting too wide, which are touching each other on the track. Now, the only way you can fix that is to make larger track, which I'm not going to say is not a bad idea. I think that there needs to be a redesign of the track. So we've had the same racing track for 50 years, since 1980. Well, you could almost go back to the 1960s. We've had the same size of track for HO for the last, 60 years. And could there be a new track be designed? Yes, I think they could redesign the track. I think if somebody would sit down and do some just basic engineering looks at the AFX track, and look at the Auto World track, and look at the original Click track, and look with the Pin track, and you take all these pieces of track and you all lay them down, and you look at them and say, okay, well, how do we create the best track? Okay, and then when we're redesigning this new track, we also say to ourselves, okay, now what we need is, if we're going to do this, if we're going to make a new track, we need to have converters that will convert every piece of old track to the new stuff, if people have it, because there's a ton of that stuff laying around. And that's what I would do if I was going to redo the track. Is unfortunately Tyco had wider lanes space, but stuck with 2 lanes. That's right. Tyco was a wider track, about an 1/8 of an inch wider. Okay, and so yeah, a lot of people use the AFX and they write it on 1/32 scale track, but it's not designed for that. Is what I'm getting at, is that it's not a rail. See, and they just need to. Somebody needs to invest in new track. That's all there is to it. Is say to yourself, listen, we've been doing these slot car tracks now for like Auto World. So Auto World has had the same track for 20 years. You would think, okay, if they're thinking forward, we'll say, okay, let's see here. Let's see, what could we do? Okay, well, let's come out with a whole new track. And when we come out with this new track, we're going to make a converter that will convert to the old track. And we're going to put a piece of converter track, 2 pieces of converter track in every set that we make. Every set, we're going to have converter tracks in it. All right? That will convert to the old track. So anybody that has an old, AFX Racemaster set, or an old, they would be able to convert immediately all their old track. Now, but see, here's the This is how corporate thinks, and this is how they think all the time. They think, oh, well, no, we don't want them to use that old track, okay? And that's not the way you think, okay? You think the opposite, okay? You think how this is going to help you in your sales, okay? Because now people are going to want to buy more of your product. They don't think that way. They think very linear. They think just very narrow, okay? Most corporations think like this, okay? Most corporations do. They think about this wide, when actually they should be thinking this wide. And a lot of them don't see it. They just like, no, you're wrong. And I'm thinking, are you really that clueless? You shouldn't even be doing this if you're this clueless, okay? No, I know it would be. Michael Henderson's watching us live on Facebook, and that's sweet. Well, also give us a thumbs up too on Facebook. So these are the different style bodies and chassis. So you have basically Thunderjet. That's a Thunderjet Ultra G. You have Extraction. That's an Extraction chassis, Mega G. Then you have a Super 3. Super 3. And then you have 4-gear. 4-gear is the largest chassis, really. It's the biggest chassis made. Some people like that the most. Then you have AFX narrow body. Narrow body AFX. Then you have GT40 which is the Super G Plus. Then you have so like this would be the first thing that I would tell Auto World to do, is take this Baja and turn it into a Super Beetle. Or just a regular Beetle, okay? Man, could they sell these things. That's one thing that Auto World never, or Aurora never did. They never made a Beetle body for their extraction, or for their magnet traction, or their non-mags. Four gear is another fun chassis. It adds a lot of, and it's a double magnet. That's why people love it. It's a double magnet because these things are so fast. These can actually beat a Mega G Plus AFX. If you tune this up right, this thing will beat just about anything. But it's all about how much do you put in your car? How much, do you hop it up and soup it up? And that's what makes it interesting. That's what makes it fun, okay? And that's what's fun about Thunder Road. That's what all these, like, for example, how cool would it be to have a 1941 Willys gasser for extraction? Wouldn't that be cool? A gasser for extraction? They have it for, we have the glow-in-the-dark one for Tyco. And then we had another body would be even this one right here, the Suburban, the 57 Suburban. How would the 57... You gotta be kidding, really? Is this what you're gonna do to me today? Well, today I'm gonna go see Tyler. Tyler is my sister-in-law's son, which has, he's not all there. And I'm gonna go visit him today at 2 o'clock. And try to give him some encouragement. And he's had a rough life. He took some illegal drugs one day and kind of messed up his head. He's never been the same, unfortunately. Jim Slot Carb Session. Morning, guys. Why Viper does mail-in races for gear? Hey, Adam. Half hour to go. Holy cow, it's already 10:30. All right, so that is the Suburban. What other car could we make? Well, I honestly think that they need to take this Jeep and they need to put a person in this. They need to put the people that are, here's what they need to do. See, the problem with the CJ7 is the CJ7 should be made for Thunderjet because the body, you can't take these people from the Baja and put them on the CJ because it's not correct. And I think that the people would be too big in this car. But you got to put people in these cars. You got to put people in these cars. They did it for the Baja, but they're not doing it for the Jeep. I never could understand that. That's one thing that does not compute with me. That does not compute. That does not compute. And that's just my opinion. Not that my opinion means a lot. We still have some of the Cadillac ambulances. They should have done real cities. All they had to do is call the cities and they'd allow them to do them. No mercy. Cadillac ambulance. See, this is for the Ghostbusters set. That's what they need to do. They lost all their good licenses. So those are the chassis that we've talked about today. We've got Extraction. You got 4Gear. Everybody, we sell all the different chassis. We have Auto World. So if you want to build up your collection, you can build up your collection. We have every kind of car you can possibly imagine. Every kind of car we can have. Constantly Companion. And this is another chassis that would be sweet. Can you imagine if they did the 59 Impala in an Extraction chassis? Or even a 55 Bel Air Thunderjet. See, if they did a 55 Bel Air Thunderjet, they already had the 57. If they did a 55 Bel Air for Thunderjet, it would sell out immediately. All the different, oh my gosh. And then what you do is you do assortments that are the opposite, and then make a 57 or make a 57 Bel Air for Extraction. Because all they have it is for Thunderjet. And so then you come out with a 4-pack. You know, both Thunderjets, Ultra G, and then Thunderjet, boom, boom, boom. Then the cream of the crop, you come out with a 4-gear Nomad 2-door or 4-door. A 4-door Nomad 4-gear. What do you think of that? I'm telling you, I got the ideas in my head. If somebody wants to to get them free, all I have to do is just ask me. You know how easy it would be to do a four-gear Nomad 4-door. Because all the Nomads we have, just so everybody knows, are 2-doors. Now, somebody will immediately say, no, Bryan, they never made a 4-door Nomad. Well, I'm sorry they did. Because I was in Bowling Green, and I was at the Best Buy, and guess what it was there? There was a 4-door Nomad, okay? 4-door Nomad. 4-door. This is a 2-door. Okay, a 4-door Nomad. Okay? Can you imagine if they did a 4-door Nomad 4-gear? Oh, gee. Even a 4-door Bel Air 4-gear. I mean, do you realize all the different combinations you could come out with? See the Smoke. Steve McQueen, Wright Chassis Movie Chiller Theater. The Blob. 57, The Blob. That's an interesting story on The Blob, okay? And if you look at that movie from a cinematic standpoint, it was a B movie, but it was a Hollywood movie, man. It was made in the studio, and I can't remember if Steve McQueen was paid a commission. Hey Siri, was Steve McQueen paid a commission instead of a salary for The Blob? Steve McQueen was paid $2,500 or 10% of the profits of The Blob. He took $2,500 because the film wasn't expected to make much, but it ended up grossing $4 million. It ended up grossing $4 million. He took the $2,500 paycheck, and it ended up grossing $4 million. Okay, that just goes to show you. That goes to show you that sometimes movies, are bombs. Sometimes they're not. There's a lot of actors that will just take a percentage of the movie, like 2%. I'll take 2% of the movie's profits. Well, that's great for the producers because if they're not having to pay him a salary, and if the movie bombs, then they're not but if the movie makes a lot of money, well, everybody makes a lot of money. And a lot of actors will do that. They will take a percentage of the movie in case the movie bombs, or if it's a success. Matter of fact, I think there's a thing on the internet about Alec Guinness. George Lucas came to and said, hey, we decided we're going to give you 2.5% instead of 2%. Well, 2.5% of what Star Wars grossed? And he goes, well, thank you very much. And there was another person that made a ton of movie on a movie that he decided to do on a commission instead of a salary. He got a commission. And a lot of times I'll do that. Bryan, the first 4-door Nomad was in 1958. Hey Siri, show me a picture of a 4-door Nomad 1958. 4-door Nomad. See, these are all 2-doors. Hey Siri, show me a picture of a 4-door Nomad. There we go. Four-door Nomad. See, and they were boats too, man. They were boats. Look at the size of that thing. 1959 Chevrolet. Look at this. Look at how big that thing was. Can you imagine that on a 4-gear chassis? A 4-door Nomad? That'd be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? So, so we're going to be sending these cars to our friend in Michigan. Hey, Mac, come here. All right, so the guy from Michigan, I think there's a the slow guy that calls us from Michigan.
Lansing, yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna wrap these cars up and you're shipping this today to him.
Really?
Okay.
You gave him that Batman.
Yes.
This is, dude, this is like
I
the
know.
last one.
I know. That's what he gets. I told him yesterday. He called me at like 10 o'clock last night.
This is a Hot Wheel one. We don't have.
I know that. So there's a draft thing in there. Delete everything and just add that. Just put miscellaneous cars, okay?
Okay, I don't have to take anything out of inventory.
No, these are all just cars.
Okay.
So that's going to go to that guy. So we're sending all those cars to our gentleman. He's got Parkinson's, you know. So he just doesn't have he doesn't have any money. He's got Parkinson's. He can't talk. When he talks to me on the phone, it takes like 20 minutes. You know, I know what's wrong with him. It's, you know, it's just the way it is. And so I told him yesterday, I said, listen, or was it Monday? Or was it Sunday night? I said, listen, don't worry about it. We're going to send you some free cars, okay? Don't worry about it, okay? We're going to send you a bunch of free cars and just have fun with them, okay? And so, so that's what we're doing. We're helping him out. So that's what we're doing. I haven't talked to her. Wow, that's been since April. Why didn't he ride his bike?
Because he was doing the thing.
You
and
told
we
me
wanted
not to ride the bike, remember?
And we wanted to clear up the bike story
What bike story?
about the broken bike. He
Okay.
had broke it. That's why Chrissy was at the house and Lucas is because he was riding down to Chrissy's house to help move furniture. with
David
Lucas.
just
Hush up.
told me about the changes.
When he got to Danny's house, the chain had fallen off, so he parked the bike there and walked all the way down to Chrissy's.
I didn't walk. I rode the other bike.
Oh, he came back and rode the other bike down to Chrissy's.
I was gonna go back to get the other bike.
He
Hold on.
can't be quiet, can he?
No, he can't. Anyway, he told Chrissy his other bike broke, so Lucas took and put the bike into his car, and they drove back to the house, and he was going to go get the other bike, but you came in and started yelling about Danny calling about the bike being broken. Nobody had a chance to tell you because it had just happened. That's why Lucas and Chrissy were there.
Well, that's not the story that or Daniel. You need to talk to Daniel then. You need to have a conversation with
Well,
Daniel.
he had just dropped it off there. It was
I'm
in
just
front
saying
of the house.
there's
Otherwise he should have called
you
you.
know,
long
the
before.
cycle works just like how did this break?
He doesn't know, but it's probably defective there. But it
Can't
just
be.
happened that day,
Got it. Okay.
and you didn't give a chance for anything.
I know.
to
I'm.
happen.
I
You
see
didn't
what I
listen for
see what I
anything.
told you guys. It's
Yeah, it's a woman talking.
it's my fault. At least, here's what I should be grateful. At least I don't have a screaming wife like the woman yesterday. Okay.
Oh, I can do that.
I would not be able to tolerate Kathy if she was that screaming woman from yesterday. It wouldn't have happened.
Well, it's bad enough
Okay.
that you're a cleaner person.
My cleaning lady's the one that stepped in. She came in she said, Bryan, just step away. I said, oh, okay, I'll let you take over this. And then she basically said, listen, I almost ran into your kid too. Unbelievable. What a bunch of communists. Yes, I always compare things that,
Dad, I think this is leaking.
Frankie,
Yeah, it is.
it's not leaking.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
What?
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
What is?
It's all. It's leaking.
Get a towel and sweep it up.
Frankie, don't touch things. Frankie, don't touch anything. You touch things, they fall apart. No, you're not. Clean it up.
I had to find the
Paper towel there.
weird.
In the back, get some spray white and spray that, and then get some paper towel. So, Frankie's gonna get. Is Frankie gonna get an ass weapon today? Is Frankie gonna get an ass weapon today? No. Your wife tolerates you, Bryan. Can you stream when you stream? Your wife tolerates you, Bryan, when you stream. New chains are junk. Most Tip Top Cop says new chains are junk. They're making dollars. Okay, the bike store at your local town is hot currently. It sounds dysfunctional. Well, actually, Guardian. Okay, so anyway, so I sent the. So this is how fast Guardian fixed my bike. So they told me to take it to my bicycle company. So I took it. Frank, you didn't do that right. I told you to get the spray wipe.
He's using a disinfectant wipe. Oh my gosh. Right there by your foot.
He just doesn't do anything. And so I went to Chigors, I got back, I had the invoice, I scanned the invoice, I sent it to Guardian. Within 2 hours, they had PayPal'd me $26.50 to fix the bike. That's how fast it was. That's how fast. Literally, I got the money in less than 2 hours back.
Garbage down there and throw that away too. Make things clean.
Rubber band.
Right behind you, there's 2 more tags. Pick them up and. Why did you shoot the rubber band? Just go throw it away. What? Here. We brought the Coke down. So it's donut time. Let's do donut time.
She's crazy. Probably
Yeah,
have
I know, I am crazy. I married you.
to- Unbelievable.
You're right, I am crazy. Now, come on, Frank. No, we're not getting that. No, don't. Because I'm not getting that. Is that the one that was broken? No. What's up there? We're not getting that. That's a don't fall into my house. Let's go back to the yard.
Are you? Wait. Come here, Frank. Come here.
What?
Come here.
Go, walk.
Come right here. Stand right here. Stand right here, Frank. right here, Frank. I want you this far.
I don't want to be on. No.
Frank, don't move. Frank, okay then, you know what? You ever want to get your iPad, man? Get right here. So can you explain to these gentlemen, okay, how you broke a brand new bike? Can you explain it to them?
Well, David told me now I'm not supposed to change the gear when I'm not pedaling. So that's probably how it broke. Because I kept changing it when I wasn't even riding it. And that's what David...
Okay, all right. The show must go on. That's right. The show must go on. Frankie, don't touch anything. Watch
You're not
out.
eating that, especially candy that you cover your tongue with. It's gross. Never.
Frank, don't touch anything. Bryan is making mountains out of molehills. You're lucky to got a good woman. Frankie, don't touch anything. The show must go on. You mean that ugly ass suitcase bike? Be nice. That's right. Be nice, people. Let's all get along. Can we just all get along? Why do we have to all just be so upsetting? Here comes my buddy again. So here they come again. So they're back now. They must have checked with their mother. Okay, so what did you find out?
Well, I FaceTimed my mom and she said no, but we got like Fortnite loot boxes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And now we don't have any characters.
I see. Okay. All right. So the mom said no on the cap gun.
Yeah.
And we sell more cap guns than anything else in this store. More cap guns. We've got 50 orders over there right now to ship today. Cap guns. Cap guns. Yesterday, same thing. 50 orders to ship cap guns. Never ends. It never ends. Super 3s. So we got the CP Super 3. Some out of stock. So why are we some out of stock? We should have all three of those. So let's see here. All right, they're in stock. All right, good. So we got a lot of things on sale right now. We got the junk box coming to light factory 12-piece bundle. Sex, you get the factories, you get the trash cans, you get everything. You get $125 for the bundle. Goner. You got Goner Monster Bundle. Oh, I got Derek calling.
It's donut time. You get everything. You get $125 for the bundle. Goner.
So Derek, just so everybody knows, Derek is my quintessential black African American non-Caucasian brown person commentator. Okay, so he does not have any life. Derek has no life other than watching my live stream from 9 to noon. He sits in his chair and just sits and watches me. And I know because he's probably sitting there and I'll say something stupid and he'll
You better, yeah, I'm sitting looking at you. You better eat them donuts.
Okay.
Fun.
All right, we have 6 more minutes and I'll do a funny donut just for you, Derek, okay? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So this is his life, okay? His life. You mean your Negro friend, Bryan? Your Negro friend, Bryan? Yes, my Negro friend, Bryan. Yes, you mean Negro friend. Yes, exactly. I'm just gonna start calling him Negro, okay? I don't like the word black because they're not black, okay? Black is this. This is what black is right here. Right, that's black. They're not African American because they haven't lived in Africa. Oh, here comes Derek. So So Anthony says I should call you my Negro.
No,
My
no,
Negro.
call me black. Call me black. Call
What?
me black. Don't call me Negro. Call me black.
I have to call you black. Well, Derek says, or Anthony says I should call you Negro Fred.
No, black. He says I should call you my black. That's why. Hey, that's why he got the Negro friends.
That's
Bye.
Oh my gosh. Holy cow, I gotta stop. Oh my back. Oh wow. Woo-wee. 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 That's the, you want to watch a funny skit? Is Dave Chappelle does this skit where he's in an airplane, okay, and he's got this. You guys find what you wanted?
Yep.
All right, that's wonderful. I'm so happy. Have a wonderful day. He's on an airplane, and the woman comes up to him and goes, would you like a dinner, sir, Mr. Chappelle? He goes, and so he goes, what do you have? He goes, and there's a little devil or a little guy standing on the chair. He goes, ooh-wee, ooh-wee, he's gonna get chicken. And the guy goes, she goes, what do you want? We have what? Dave Chappelle just goes, what do you have to dinner? He goes, we have fish and fried chicken. And he goes, I'll take the fish. Well, the little guy and the devil goes, oh, you betrayer. And then all of a sudden she comes back and says, well, I'm sorry, we're out of fish. He goes, well, I'll take the fried chicken. And the little guy goes, woo-wee, woo-wee. It's so funny. And then I was watching a Dave Chappelle episode last night where he basically found the racist person on earth. He goes into this restaurant and he goes, and the owner goes, what do you want? Chicken? And he goes, why do you think I want chicken? He goes, why do you think I want chicken? He goes, well, you're black. And so I assumed you want chicken. And we're in the South. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was so funny. I just couldn't take it anymore. Oh my gosh. I got to calm down. Bryan's best movies were Eagles. Yes, Bryan's movies, the best movies were Where Eagles Dare in Bryan's hair. I am rolling. Dave Chappelle is so funny because he's sitting on that airline. He's in there, and when he says that they have fried chicken, he goes, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Oh my gosh, my back. Oh, my back. I can't handle it. Oh, we got to start this right now. Oh. Donut time with Bryan. Have a donut, have a Coke.
Yeah, that's how we start the show. Sent Frankie out on a bike real fast. Said, bring him back, don't make it last. Came back alive.
Yeah, he said, hey,
hold up, wait. He said, they
smell too good the way.
half are gone, but
That's so fine.
Still go live.
It's donut time.
It's donut time. It's donut time. With Bryan. It's donut time. Have a donut.
Have a Coke. The post office is here. Have a Coke.
Camera on, jet flies in.
Pick 'em up.
Slot car fans like, let's
Begin.
Workbench full of Tinkertoys.
Toys.
Sugar rush for
All them boys.
powder on the hands, can't feel my face. Still keeping up a steady pace. Frankie Naughton did just fine. Fueling up this donut time. It's donut time. It's donut time. With Bryan. It's donut time. Have a donut. Have a Coke. That's the line.
Line. That's what it's spoke.
They're all
Powdered donuts tonight. Frankie did his best. Sweet.
Sweet. It's donut.
Um,
Time. With Bryan. It's donut time. Have a donut.
have a Coke.
Yeah, that's how we start the show. Sent Frankie
Out on his regular start.
Said, bring him back, don't make it last. Came back light, I said, hold up, wait. He said, they smell
Too good.
on the way. Half are gone, but that's just fine. We still go live. It's
Donut time.
It's donut time. It's donut time. With Bryan. It's
Well,
donut time. Have a donut. Have a Coke. Laugh it off. It's just the joke. Camera on. Jet flies in. Slot car fans like, let's begin. Workbench full at Tinkertoys. Sugar rush for all the boys. Powder on the hands, can't feel my face. Still keeping up a steady pace. Frankie Naughton did just fine. Fueling up this donut time. It's donut time. It's donut time. With Bryan. It's donut time. Have a donut. Have a Coke. That's the line. That's what he spoke.
I'm doing a white face. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, come on, Frank. You got to give her stuff. Mac?
Well, we failed yesterday, so
What?
I was off and Matt was off, so nobody even stopped.
I know, that's pretty bad.
Nobody knows the route but me and Matt. And
Unbelievable.
it's not on our route yet. That's what that paper was for.
Oh, okay.
Filled out. Once that's on our route, then
You can
It'll
stop
show.
later in the day?
well, no.
You can't? You can only stop a certain time?
Yep, I have to stop when it's on my way through, because that's where it's going to be on the line of travel.
Well, Mac, what they need to do then is they need to, Mac, you need to not take stuff to the post office anymore. Just keep it here until the next day.
That's usually what we do.
Oh, all right.
Because we stop, we get orders after like we take one load over there, and then after work we have anything left. We get like on Monday we still have stuff from Saturday.
All righty. Now he's just talking. I'm not.
We'll get it all figured
All right, you get it taken care of.
You guys have a good day.
They're all powdered donuts tonight. Frankie did his best. Sweet. It's donut time. It's donut time. With Bryan. It's donut time. Have a a donut, have a Coke. Yeah, that's how we start the show. Sent Frankie out on a bike real fast. Said, bring him back, don't make it last. Came back light, I said, hold up, wait. He said, they smell too good on the way. Half are gone, but that's just fine. We still go live. It's donut time. It's donut time. It's donut time. With Bryan. It's donut time. Have a donut, have a Coke. Laugh it off. It's just
the joke. It's just a joke.
Camera on, chat
It's just a joke.
Slot car fans like, let's begin. Workbench full at Tinkertoys. Sugar rush for all the boys. Powder on the hands, can't feel my face. Still keeping up a steady pace. Frankie Naughton did just fine. Fueling up this donut time.
It's donut time. With Bryan, donut time. Have a donut, have a Coke.
That's the line. That's what he spoke.
So I had the grandkids over last night. They were swimming, and I had a bunch of grapes. And I love doing this. I kept putting so Larry was standing there, and he gave me this whole vine of grapes. And I kept putting another grape in his mouth before he finished another one. I put another one. He had his mouth, he looked like a gerbil. He had his mouth full of all these grapes. All these grapes, they were just coming out of his mouth. So funny. It's kind of like my donuts. It's so funny about my donuts. So you got to understand something, okay? It's donut time. Man, that was good. Wow. That was funny. Holy moly. Holy moly. That was so funny, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, yeah, Derek told me about the one episode where Dave Chappelle is blind, okay, and he thinks he's white, and so he writes a KKK book on white supremacy, and he's actually black. Oh, God, it's so funny. See, this is what we can't. Here's the thing that we can't. The only difference between Derek and I and anybody else is the skin of, it's just the skin. You know, this little flesh stuff here, okay? That's the only difference, okay? My skin is a peach color, okay? And if I go out in the sun a lot, I could get really dark. I could get really tanned. That's the only difference. But there are certain people in this country and in the world that just want to keep hatred. For some reason, there are people out there that just love to hate people. I don't hate anybody. Honestly, I don't. There's not one person that I hate. Honestly, you know, there's nobody that I truly hate. Okay. Um, but for some reason, there are a lot of people that just have this. I don't get it. You know, it's funny. I was talking to my neighbor. My neighbor's African or black. And I was talking to him yesterday. He grew up in Findlay in the 70s. He's 1 year under he's 2 years younger than I am. And he graduated in 78. How did that happen? Well, I was pushed back 2 years. Anyways, he grew up in Findlay in the 70s. The 60s were a little bit, but the 70s were a pretty mild years, okay? And Bryan's skin is like a rhino. That's right. Bryan hates Bob Beers. No, I don't hate Bob Beers, okay? That's not a fair statement, Cool Luke. Unbelievable. It's better to love than hate. That's right. You're not a peach. That's right. Not even a IRGC. I hear you, Bryan. Not even Dems. No, you know what's so funny? I was watching this video. These girls and these guys, they're sitting down with their dad and they're doing a video. It's all pranks. And they're going, I just want to thank my dad for being such a strong Democrat and for telling me about Democrat. And the dad looks at it and goes, I never told you that. I never said that. Some of them are getting up and leaving. Funny. And I've always told this to people. I would have probably, if I was voting age in 62, I might have voted for John F. Kennedy. I might have. Because he was a capitalist Democrat. Let me make that clear. He was a capitalist Democrat. He knew that you need to have low taxes to have a thriving economy. Now they've just gone socialist and communist. Ohio, 2 Long Islands, not for that. Let's see, Ohio, 2 Long Island. 2 Long Island, not for that. Let's see. So if not to do Super Bowl show. For you, maybe the 60s was. Well, I was in the 60s. I was born in 59, so my life did not start until 1965. That's when I realized memories is 65. I don't remember anything living in South Bend, Indiana. I don't remember any of that. Okay, my first memories are living in Cleveland, Northfield, on Valley View Drive, and we lived there 1965 to 1960. Yeah, I think we're longer than that, but I remember because we moved from Northfield to Toledo, Ottawa Hills. Dad got a job with Food Town, and that's when he then had his affair with Denise. And he lost everything. It's just amazing how my dad, he just lost everything with that woman. Just had everything. But you know what? You stop and think about life. You know, my dad could have, let's say my dad did not have the affair and we just stayed out. We'd have been there until I graduated. And who knows where I'd have been. I wouldn't be here right now. I would not be on this live screen if my dad had not had an affair with Denise. So I wouldn't be here right now. There are so many, it's amazing how a life is all a bunch of branches. Is that all of a sudden a branch goes this way, then all of a sudden a branch goes this way, and then all of a sudden a branch goes this way. It's just amazing how life is crazy in that way. How life is life is but a branch. You don't know which direction it will go. And you can say one day, hey, listen, I'm going to do this. And all of a sudden a branch will just start shooting off and you're all of a sudden over here and you don't have any idea where you are. That's what's so amazing about life. Okay. If you don't hate Bob Beers, come to Long Island and do that Super Bowl show. Super Bowl. I don't even know if he would let me come to the Super Bowl show. I don't know if he would want me to do the Super Bowl show. That's right. Life is but a box of chocolate. But why is Jim's slot car obsession, all of a sudden obsessed with me? Eat least you read it. Eat last you read it. Let's see. That is bad. It's that bad. What is that bad? So we're going to be sending all those cars that I was showing you earlier. We're going to send those to our buddy in Michigan. He's the one that's got Alzheimer's. He and his wife has got a stroke. She's in the hospital. He's just he's just having a bad day. Lord, I just pray for my buddy in Michigan that you would give him peace. You'd give him a joy, that he would laugh, and that I would provide some laughter. If he finds me funny, then that gives him a joy for that day, Lord. I just pray for him. I just thank you in Jesus' name. You know, it's all about making people happy. And we are a store filled with funny people, you know, and oh, you change one thing, it changes everything. You change one thing, it changes your entire life. Okay? One thing, you change one thing, it changes your entire life. You know what I'm saying? Can you understand where I'm coming from? And I've always said, we got more SCX coming. They were supposed to call me on Friday, but they never did. I gotta call them. I have to give him something to make him happy. I don't understand it. Yeah, you forgot to have that call with me on Friday. We need to have that on tomorrow morning if you want it, 8 o'clock. Okay, so today is the lowest sales we've had in a while. That's low sales. That is pretty bad. Bryan, is there nothing like happiness and laughter? The funniest time I've ever laughed in a movie What was the movie that made me laugh so much that I know what it is. I took Ryan and Kimberly back in 2006 to go see Napoleon Dynamite in the theater. I had no idea what this movie was going to be about. No idea. And as I was watching this movie, I kept laughing so loud because I said to myself, you guys don't understand. That is me on the screen. That's exactly what I look like. That's exactly how I acted in high school. I was Napoleon Dynamite in high school. If you want to know what I was in high school, all you have to do is watch Napoleon Dynamite. That was me. 100% that was me in high school. Okay? I'm laughing through this whole movie, and I just can't keep it. You guys don't understand. I'm going to show you the picture of me in my graduation. I had a suit like his, and I went home and I opened up, and I showed you. Here it is. This is your dad in high school. This is graduation. Same kind of suit. I literally could not stop laughing in that movie. Just every part of that movie was just literally a stitch in my side. And 98 degrees Fahrenheit today in Ontario, Canada, may be a record. Well, we got to understand that in the summer, it's hotter in the summer. Just so everybody understands that the Earth is rotating around the sun, and it gets closer to the sun, which then it changes. That's why we have, seasons. We have summer, which is hotter. We have winter, or fall, which is then colder, not as cold. Then we have winter, which is really cold. Winter is cold. Then you have spring, which brings back life. Then you have summer again. It's called the seasons. It's 90 out here. It's 90 today here in Ohio. It's 90. Unbelievable. Give me a royal fit. That's great. Mike Fiegel just bought a new home. We moving in September. There's nothing like being happy. Nothing like it. I love being happy. Bryan, is there nothing like happy and laughter? I need to order a few cars so you guys can ship me those cars. Cars and crew painted in matte blue. Told me B&W bodies. That's right. So we've got a lot of bundles, Bryan's bundles. We got Junk Bot bundles. We have 3-car bundles, Thunderjet Dragster, Bel Air Heat, Mega Auto World mini assortment, 6 cars. We got iWheels. We got tons of cars. Now, if you want to check the website, if you go to our website and you can see that there are some changes to the website.
Bryan, quiz you.
What?
I just need some cars.
What cars?
I need the bottom one of that. The bottom one of this.
4 gear number 14. 14. 14. 14. The delegate got the 14. 414. 414 Mustang. Oh yeah, here it is. Ah, Mustang. Mustang. Semi trucks. Semi trucks. I don't have the semis. I don't have the semis. You're going to have to delete that. Somebody took them out. No semi. Hey, Mackie Henry.
Oh, you mean the trucks?
Yeah, this right here, the
They're not
semis.
semis. They're
You're gonna have to take them out of a set.
okay.
Mackie Henry.
I'll take it out of the one damaged.
Mackie Henry. Understand, Mackie Henry?
I understand.
Okay, that's an assortment. That's my assortment. That's called the Bel Air assortment. This was ordered yesterday.
Yeah.
Are you a day behind in shipping?
No, we stop at.
This guy ordered 4 of these 4 days ago.
Hold on, I need just 2 more.
2 more of these?
Yeah, I got some on the counter. On the pool table.
Holy moly. Holy moly. Holy moly. All right, so, hey, can you not buy peace? I have no idea what he meant. I don't think Derek knows what he's saying half the time. All righty, so, unique, John.
That is not like
Hi, this is Lance.
Okay. So, how we organize stuff is by the SKU. So it says A92.
So,
Reference number for SKU. Now pick these up from the bottom because the top comes off the bottom. Okay. So they start from lowest denominator and they go up, right? So this is all fly, and then Inco starts here. Every item we have starts from lowest.
so,
So all these are fly. I want you to pull each card. You go off of the number first.
today is a wonderful day in the neighborhood. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood, a wonderful day in the neighborhood, a wonderful day in the neighborhood to be mine, to be mine. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood, a wonderful day in the neighborhood, a wonderful day in the neighborhood to be mine, to be mine. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood, a wonderful day in the neighborhood. So, it's a funny that, so this is the oldest car that we have right here. And you can tell this is old because this tray is so old. We got these cars in 2020. Wow, 2020? No way. That couldn't have been 2020. Yeah, these are 2020. Man. Was that 1120? I think I'm losing my mind. I think all the times are 2020 doesn't even sound like it was a real year. But this is the last of the barn find. This was probably one of my favorite barn finds. It had 6 cars, and it had everything. It had a Challenger, a Charger, a Volkswagen, a Chevy Impala, a Willys Coupe, and a Bel Air. This is the last car from that assortment. Graveyard cars. 6 cars times 2. There's 12 different cars. So when you bought an inner box, you only got one of each. That's what was funny about that assortment. Those were when they were $29. $29.99. Well, the problem is they're the same price. It's the same price. The price has never changed. Dave, oh, I bundled all my home with State Farm, saved tons of money. Tons of money. I bundled my house, my cars, everything is with State Farm. And I used to be with State Farm back in the 90s and 2000s, early 2000s. Then I switched to Progressive, and worse, not very good. Well, but they were okay. I mean, I had a couple accidents, and my wife, you know, she always gets in an accident. And everything was okay, you know. So, Bryan, do you know I rush home for dialysis just to turn on your show? Yes, I can imagine that, because everybody watches this show because they love the show. And sometimes we have a lot of people watching. Sometimes we only have like 47 today. Normally we have about 60, 65 people. Today is a Tuesday. It might be a mild Tuesday. And, you know, that's just the way it is. But normally we have very good days. Call me.
There was this gap after we declared.
Okay, so, we're trying to get the drywall done next week at the house. And if we get the drywall done next week, then maybe we can get them into the house. So if you go to our website and you type in new items, we're redoing the whole. Everything is being redone on the website. Daniel is modifying the website. He's relisting all the single cars because they're all being listed as singles now, and we're relisting all the single cars. And then if you go to exclusives and type bundles, you'll see all the bundles that I have, okay? They're all the different bundles. Every bundle that we have is all available at protinkertoys.com. And we've got over the bundles, just so everybody knows, bundles are a deal. Okay, we put all the products together, then we give you a discount. Okay? And usually it's over $100. And so you're going to get free shipping. It's a great bargain, you know. You know, that's what we have. You know, we have the rally set, we have guns, cap guns, we have slot cars, we have our new exclusive. We have all the different items that you could possibly want at protinkertoys.com. And it's all available at protinkertoys.com. And check out our website because there's a lot of differences in the website. Okay? What are you doing? Doing what?
Working at Gaines House.
What are you doing?
We're coming to take the dump to the dump. Why'd we stop the conversation? Thought we were having a moment.
Not having a moment with you there. You're a traitor.
I'm not a traitor.
Yeah, you are.
Uh-huh.
You sold us out.
I know, I love you so much.
No, you didn't even give us a month. You gave us one day. I'm leaving. Bye.
I didn't give you 1 day. It was 2 weeks.
Bye. I'm leaving. Bye. Unbelievable. Wait a minute, what dump do you have to go to?
The NAT. Because Jeff said,
I got it right here.
Okay. Because Jeff said we gotta stop taking stuff out to that back thing.
What? Jeff who?
The carpenter guy.
What carpenter guy?
The church.
No.
Derby guy.
Any wood type item can go in those dumpsters.
Are you sure?
Positive.
I don't think
Because
we're gonna-
everyone, Danny, Jeff, and he said that wood can't go in those things.
No, not like OSB sheets and stuff.
Gee, have you looked on it to what it says wood?
We can go double check. We'll double check for you. That'll make sense.
No, it's not make me happy. It's the truth.
We want to make.
Matter of fact, how much? $25?
It's like 20 to start. It's not gonna be that much though. No. All right, we'll bring it back to you. All right, you stay on me.
Unbelievable. So this is a 55 Bel Air Nomad 2-door. Can you imagine a 4-door, 4-gear Nomad? Wouldn't that be sweet? Sweet! No! Let's see. No! She likes to be spanked just a little bit. What the heck? Bryan, do you know I told you my girlfriend to hurry up so I could watch your show? That's sick. Come on, Victor, you don't do that. You need to wake up. Let's see. Oh my gosh, you guys. You need to wake up before 6 a.m. to watch. And she didn't smack you about. Good morning, Anthony. No, she spanked. Chucky B, supposed. Unbelievable. We've only done, that's what's really funny about the sales on the store. So yesterday was a great day. Today we've only done $65 in sales so far today. Today we've done $65 gross sales today. That doesn't make any sense. Holy moly. $65. Yeah, there are a lot of actors passed away this week.
The Anyland comes stock with a Mox and wheelie control. So the president wanted you to
6'2", 263. I've been seeing a lot.
$65. So we're having we're gonna do a special tomorrow. You don't want to miss tomorrow's show at 9 o'clock because it's only gonna go for 2 hours. Okay, so you want to save your money for tomorrow. Okay, and it's gonna go for 2 hours. It's gonna go from 9:30 to 11:30. Okay, and your order has to be in by that time frame. Okay, from 9:30 to 11:30. And you want to be here tomorrow because we're going to be offering a big, big special. Okay, so that's all I'm saying. All right, you don't want to miss tomorrow's show. Okay, it is. It's going to be. It's going to be. We're only 2 hours. It's only going to be 2 hours. Okay. I'm just going to say the special thing that we're going to offer tomorrow is only 2 hours, okay? Is only 2 hours, okay? And and it's only 2 hours, okay? So you have to you have to be on tomorrow to get this special deal, okay? I know there's guys who are going to be upset at, well, I work and everything. Well, I'm sorry. You want to have your live stream going, and you want to have our Protinker app so you can participate in this because it's only going to go for 2 hours. Okay, I'm just letting you know. The auctions are not on for this Thursday. There will not be an auction this Thursday. We are revamping how we're doing the auction, and I will have an update next Monday on that. Okay, just so everybody knows. All right, and We are having a fun day today. I can't believe 2 hours have already flown by. We're at 135 minutes. Unbelievable. We've already been talking for 2 hours. And we've got the Nomad deal. So you can get the Nomad deal, which is 3 Nomads. We got this as a Bryan's bargain, the Nomad deal. We've got the 3-car combo deal. We got a 3-car combo deal. This is on special. And then we also have the Bel Air deal. You get 5 Bel Airs or 6 Bel Airs. You get the top 6, all 6 exclusives. This is Bryan's bargain. Plus you get the Golf or the Golf 55 Bel Air. So you get all 6 of these. And then we've already sent in our deposit for the Golf or for the semi. It's going to look similar to this, but it's going to have Pro Tinker. This is all going to be chrome. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, that's right. I'm not going to be here. Yeah, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. It's going to have to be on Thursday morning. Yeah, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Okay, so there won't be a show tomorrow. Okay, so that's right. I'm not going to be able to do that. But anyways, I gotta go see my nephew Tyler. Oh, that's gonna be exciting. Holy moly. I hope I can get through that. But I'm gonna go see Tyler and see how he's doing. All right. But you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to check out all of Bryan's bargains, all the special deals that we've got going on right now. Want to thank everybody watching Facebook. Hasta la vista, baby. Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling Clementine. Be kabartin, o kavarskin, o valaskin, vaskivi. O valaskin, o valaskin, o valaskilaskidi. La la luska verstadisti, ustalasta muskada. Ola moli, ola moli. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, be forgotten, oh, my darling Clementine. So we're going to have the big special on Thursday because I can't do it tomorrow. So we're going to have to do that on Thursday. The problem with Mark is getting fat, okay? And I don't understand why he's getting so big, you know?
It ran us $45.
Yeah.
What?
I'm just joking. It was $5.
Yeah, that's $5.
I'm sorry.
Why you gotta make fun of it?
Well, do you ever look at you two? You got skinny,
I'm pretty
big.
glamorous. You know?
Okay, what are you getting done down there?
Who on the live stream?
Yeah, he's the traitor. He's the traitor. He left me, and then Mark whipped out. He doesn't want to go to your place.
Hey, come here, Mark.
He doesn't want to work with you.
Get in the camera.
He whipped out already.
Why not?
Because sounds terrible. And sounds
Sounds
like
terrible. No, he
okay.
doesn't want to do any work, real work. What do you think?
I don't know.
I guess they just have me doing not real work, like at all. I guess I'm just, you know,
You're in
I'm
America.
just here. Getting
He's,
paid to do
you know
nothing,
what?
I guess.
Yeah,
Mark has
I'm doing more work
Mark
than I would
has
do at a
shrunk.
factory for
Mark
$100
has
a
shrunk.
week.
You know that? Mark has shrunk. I noticed he's getting smaller. And he's getting bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, you should be glad that I'm staying.
I'm glad I'm staying.
Yeah,
Good,
you should be glad I'm staying.
glad I'm staying, huh?
He wants to work for you. He loves you.
Yeah, so this okay, so this, let's see if I can find this. Let's see here. Oh my darling, oh my darling.
Oh, my darling Clementine.
Hey, by the way, did you end up losing a pack of donuts anytime recently? Because I was driving down Pemberville Road and there was a pack of white powdered donuts in the middle of the road.
David could have dropped them and maybe crushed them all.
Unbelievable. Oh,
I can believe that. That's something I can believe that he would do. Okay, so this was Mark 10 years ago.
Video little market.
What's up, Dak? Grow up. I'm probably gonna be like you.
Sure.
Sure.
What's the name back then?
What's up, Dak? Grow up. I'm probably gonna be like you.
Okay.
Little mark.
Little Mark. Those eyelashes. He said the thickest eyelashes.
Still do, you know. All the girls wish they had my eyelashes.
What's up, Dak?
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc?
And that's him always going in the shed and eating stuff and hiding it from me.
Yeah, I hit it well, way better than Frankie and David ever did. He's still finding them to this day.
All right, guys, we will see you. We're going to drive. We have to drive to Tennessee tomorrow, so I might do a live stream. I might not. But we'll be here Monday. What?
When you're done.